Well, good Wednesday evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecast Cameron back here once again, here to give you guys a quick video on this winter weather threat as we get into tomorrow here. This video is brought to you by our friends at Superior RV in Conway, Arkansas. If you and your family have RV needs, give them a phone call at 501-214-8153 here. So let's go and talk to you guys about the winter weather advisory that is in place across central and eastern Arkansas. This is going to go until noon tomorrow. That will depend on how fast the precipitation moves out. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I wouldn't be surprised if the advisory gets extended into tomorrow afternoon here. This is mainly going to be for the potential of freezing rain, maybe a little sleet and snow, especially on the northern extent of the advisory area up there in Batesville, Jonesboro, and Blytheville. I have you guys freezing rain right now, but we're going to evaluate the situation later on this evening here. And speaking of that, while I have everyone here, we are going to have our YouTube continuous coverage later on this evening, and that's going to continue until tomorrow morning, until this event is here and gone. So if you know anyone that has a smart TV, what I would recommend doing is downloading a YouTube app, and then all you have to do is go into YouTube, search up Arkansas Weather Watchers, you pull up the video live stream, and you just leave it sitting there during the overnight hours, and you'll be able to see the traffic, you'll be able to see road conditions, etc. here as we get towards night and into your Thursday morning here, okay? So here's your winter weather outlook for tomorrow. We've got rain, freezing rain across much of central and eastern Arkansas. This is going to get refined a lot tonight, first part of tomorrow morning, but I do feel comfortable that this forecast will verify. We are going to watch that northern extent for the potential of a wintry mix. However, we'll keep an eye on it here. It just depends on how cold the aloft temperatures are going to be first thing tomorrow morning here. Travel, although the main interstates are clear at this point, we are going to have to watch for the potential of a light glaze as we get towards tomorrow morning here across east central Arkansas, central down into southern Arkansas here. So travel right now, we've put tomorrow at a moderate. Friday and Saturday, it just depends on the back roads, etc. You guys are going to have to watch it down there in central and south Arkansas as we get towards Friday and Saturday here, because that could lead to some additional travel issues here, okay? So the winter weather timing for tomorrow here. Let's start in South Arkansas. First thing tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. I know we have a lot of school closings. We have a lot of businesses that are either going to be delayed opening or not opening at all because of the road conditions. Be sure to check our mobile app. That's going to be Arkansas Weather Watchers. That's going to have your school closings, and it's going to have kind of any information with the road conditions and everything like that here, okay? So 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. down there in southern Arkansas. For us here in the metro and east central Arkansas, it's going to be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And then in northern Arkansas and northeastern Arkansas, we're looking at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at this current time, subject to change at this point regarding the timing. So please make sure you're staying aware and staying updated with our graphics and with our page here, okay? So let's take a look at the freezing rain totals for tomorrow. There's not enough confidence to have sleet or snow totals, but freezing rain looks to be the predominant precipitation type as we get towards tomorrow morning. Generally, mainly like a light glaze across the area here. Very, very low accumulations. However, it is enough. The 0.5 is enough to get you a winter weather advisory here. So please keep that in mind as we get towards tomorrow here. Now let's talk about travel. The travel impacts. This is going to go from now all the way till Friday. Western and northern Arkansas, you guys, the roads are relatively clear up there. However, we will watch to see how tomorrow's event goes, to see if there's going to be a little bit of impact, especially for our folks in far western Arkansas. The moderate area from basically Blytheville all the way down to Texarkana, that's for tomorrow's event. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Could be a light glaze on the roadways tomorrow, so please keep that in mind if you're planning on getting out, going back to work and stuff like that. And in the high-risk zone down there in central and southeastern Arkansas, this is a combination of both, one, the snow. The remnant snow is still on the roadways, mainly in southern Arkansas, mainly like a snow sleet mix down there on the roadways. And then on top of that, you're going to have the potential of freezing rain tomorrow, which could add additional travel issues down there in central and southern Arkansas. So this is where we've gone the high risk for the potential of seeing travel impacts at this current time here. So let's switch over to some model data real quick. I'm going to show you guys NAM. The NAM's been doing a pretty good job with this event. This is about 6 o'clock in the morning from Texarkana to Queen over to El Dorado, Cross it, and Lake Village. This is where you're going to have that light freezing rain potential. And you can see by the time we get into the late morning hours, about 9 o'clock o'clock in the morning. Good amount of light freezing rain from central Arkansas down to southern Arkansas. This will cause travel issues. I'm going to make that clear. This will cause issues first thing tomorrow morning. So if you're planning on getting out, no reason to go 100 miles per hour plus on the roadways here. Take it easy on the roadways. If you got to get somewhere, just make sure that you're being slow and cautious, especially across central and southern Arkansas as we get towards tomorrow. And then by the time we get towards noon on tomorrow, you can see the freezing rain really starting to extend from southern Arkansas to central up into northeastern Arkansas here. And then it should start to clear out by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon here. As a matter of fact, let's take a look. At least this is the newest data coming in. And you can see by the time we get towards 6 p.m. tomorrow, the precipitation should start to lift out, and we should be done with this event with another surge of cold air coming in as we get towards tomorrow night into Friday. Temperatures falling back into the 20s, overnight lows in the single digits in teens here. So if you don't have the snow and ice off your roadways already, I've got some unfortunate news for you. It's going to stick around as we get into the weekend here, okay? So let's take a look at potential ice totals. I'm going to start off with sleet. Could be a little bit of sleet up here in northeastern Arkansas. We'll keep an eye on that, but generally just very, 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 very light if we see anything at all. Here's snowfall totals. Very, very light up here in northeastern Arkansas. Hardly a snow or a sleet event. Let's take a look at freezing rain. And this is freezing rain at this point. Like I mentioned before, this kind of fits along the advisory potential. And I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest with you, if the NAM starts trending like this. Wake up first thing tomorrow morning. Some areas to our west could be added to the winter weather advisory here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Power outages are not expected with this event. The ice totals are just a little bit too low. However, the roadways, since how cold the roadways are going to be, the elevated surfaces, you're going to have to watch those as we get towards tomorrow here. So if you're planning on traveling, like I mentioned before, monitor our page, monitor the road conditions, stuff like that. If you don't have to 100% go somewhere, I would recommend just trying to stay at home tomorrow, guys, because it's just going to be freezing rain. It's going to cause issues on the roadways. I know everybody's just dying to get out right now, but we told you guys last week that this was going to be a potential that we would have to deal with this for pretty much almost all week this upcoming week here. So we're going to keep an eye on that here. Now, let's collect ourselves a little bit because we have tomorrow's event, yes, but I am worried about Monday. I told you guys about Monday a couple of days ago, but we're going to talk to you guys about that a little bit more in detail. So this is taking a look all the way till Sunday night. What happens is you have your Arctic blast move through this weekend, so it's going to be very, very cold. I don't think not as cold as it was earlier this week, but it's still going to be pretty chilly across our area with temperatures below freezing, overnight lows in single digits and teens here. But what ends up happening is this Arctic air will start to retreat as we get towards Sunday night into Monday. And what that could mean, you have moisture coming over an Arctic air mass that's retreating. That leads to freezing rain. Now, what I am concerned about is, you can see this with the 18Z GFS, good amount of freezing rain across the board. Now, what I'm worried about is how long does this freezing rain last? When do we transition over to rainfall? And what are your temperatures and what are your whip bulb temperatures? So, if you go with the GFS, this lasts all the way till Monday evening. And I have seen this time and time again with different events that the guidance will warm us up too fast. And I'm telling you guys this right now, if you do not get above freezing on Monday, we are in some big trouble. We're going to have to watch the Ozarks, northwestern Arkansas, central, and possibly over to northeastern Arkansas. We'll just have to keep an eye on that as we get towards that Monday time frame. So once we get past tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you guys this straightforward, if I continue to see trends like this, we will be live Saturday night talking to you guys about the ice potential here. So, like I said, for lots of things to monitor as we get into next week here. Now, here's something I want to show you guys real quickly here, and I'm going to take this over to the GFS, and what I want to show you guys before I end this video is what's called the wet bulb temperatures here. And what the wet bulb temperature does, it gives you an idea on what the temperature will look like once your atmosphere starts to moisten up, because your dew points are going to be very low across the air as we get into that Sunday and that Monday time frame because of the Arctic blast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Let's see if I can zoom this out so you guys kind of have a perspective on what to look at here. Okay, so here's Arkansas. This is your what we call your whip load temperatures here. Now, let's take this out. You can see tomorrow, you try to warm up a little bit before your next shot of colder air moves in as we get towards Friday. Throughout the weekend, just straight cold, guys. It's going to be very cold across the board as we get into the weekend. Now, what I'm worried about, let's take this out to about noon on Monday. Okay, here's your whip bulb temperature, 30 degrees here in Little Rock. That's about 29 in Russellville. That's 26 up here in northern Arkansas. Above freezing in the south. So you're transitioning over to rain in southern Arkansas. How long does it take to transition over to rainfall across central and across north Arkansas here? I've seen events like this play out before where northern Arkansas, northeast Arkansas takes forever to transition over. Central, you have to deal with it for the longest period of time. And then southern Arkansas, you transition over to rainfall pretty quickly here. So lots to monitor as we get into this upcoming weekend, into early next week. Remember, tomorrow, light freezing rain event. Make sure that you're taking your easy time if you're planning on traveling as we get towards tomorrow here. So that's all I got for you guys this evening. We'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, your source for all things Arkansas weather.